Hello. All right. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. We've got a celebration of a whole bunch of things through music as part of what's going on this evening. We're really fortunate to have a fantastic kind of music and band community, and we're here to welcome lots of people to that in a lot of ways. This is a concert that we look forward to because we get to do things together, East and West. We have 2 high schools in Prairie, but we really only have 1 high school band program that way, right? We're a team together in all parts of that, all of those ways. So this is our chance for East and West to get together. You're gonna hear our concert bands, our wind ensembles are gonna kind of join together into one extra big and a little bit beefy kind of band. And so we're collaborating across town, but we're also collaborating with a whole bunch of people. We have 3 composers coming to join us tonight. We've got Jennifer Jolley here from New York hanging out. There you go. Embree is coming on back from Kentucky, a Prairie alumnus, and then Ben Jaeckel coming to join us from River Falls, and then we also have Paisely is here tonight, and River hanging out back there. Which have a great connection to the music, and you're going to learn more about that as the evening goes on. But tonight is a chance for us to work together and kind of inspire all of us to dig a little bit deeper and become even stronger musicians. The first piece we're going to start off with, fittingly enough, is a walk-up tune, and this is brought to us by Dr. Jolley, who I think might give us a heads up, and I think we actually have the mic way over here. So this is going to be an extra long walk-up for a second, which will really kind of make it extra dramatic.
Hi everyone. I got confused which side of the auditorium was like stage right or stage left. Anyways, so speaking of the walk up, I was really excited to write this piece because I really love baseball, and one of the things that I was excited to do this week was actually talk about baseball and sports teams to the students here. And we were talking about, well, what makes a walk-up piece or walk-up song, and we decided it was like a hype song. So here's the walk-up. It's like, keep doing what you're doing, be hype about it, and go with confidence. So I hope you guys enjoy this piece. Thank you.
So we're going to head from the walk-up song to letting you catch your breath. This piece is kind of all about symmetry and simplicity and kind of having a moment, maybe a moment of zen somewhere in your day, somewhere in your life. So we're going to go from the walk-up to just kind of chilling just for a little bit. So in addition this week to us spending a lot of time with Dr. Jolley and learning about her music, we also have another collaboration that we've had going on. If you came in, if you grabbed one of the little books that goes with the Adventures of Paisley and Milo, if you got that, I would recommend grabbing it. This next piece of music is inspired by Paisley, who's right up there on the screen, and her cat, Milo, who she's got with her, right? And Paisley takes you through this whole thing where they get to buy a monster truck for $1, which I think is a good deal for a monster truck. And they take off in that monster truck and go on all sorts of crazy adventures. They're having a blast. In the end, they make very, very good friends with sharks. It's a really, it's a kind of a thrill-a-minute book. Embree was our composer that then got to connect with Paisley, take her story, and wrote a piece of music that goes along with what Paisley had to write. If you've got that book, you can really follow along almost page for page with the stuff that Embree had created to go along with it. So Embree's going to come up here and tell you a little bit more about how that process worked, and then these guys are going to try to bring all of Paisley's adventure to life with all of the energy and all of the excitement and all of the twists and turns that happen at every moment.
All right. Oh, it's on. Sweet. All right. So we have our book here, The Milo and Paisley Adventure. So I just want to kind of bring you guys into the music that I wrote for this a little bit. So I'm not going to spoil the story, so we're just going to talk through the music of it. So we initially start off the piece with our Once Upon a Time, and we have a couple of themes to represent our two main characters. We have Paisley and Milo. It's taking us through. Then we get to the section with monster trucks, and you can listen for a lot of the metal percussion sounds in here and a lot of the cool effects we have in the trombones and the flutes. We have different things representing the flames and the revving engines of the monster truck as well. And then when we go over to the beach, you'll notice more of a chill, laid-back vibe. You'll maybe even hear some splashes, like they're diving off the diving board into the ocean. And there's some things in here that are pretty self-explanatory that you'll find out. And in the end, it's just a grand celebration of them riding the sharks home. So yeah, I just want to give a quick thank you to Mr. Mesner and all the band staff here for this wonderful opportunity that I've had here. And I want to obviously thank Paisley for writing such a great story. It's been so much fun just to write music for this. And it's just been such a blast. And the members of this ensemble have done such a great job putting it all together. So thank you. I hope you enjoy. One more thing. It was Paisley's birthday yesterday, and I believe she's turning 7, or turned 7. So we're going to ask all of you guys to join us in singing and the playing of Happy Birthday for Paisley. All right.
Evening, everyone. Percussion just gave me the official green light to give dad jokes because we're still collecting some things. So this is going to be my favorite night ever, and it's going to embarrass my daughter and wife. So, no, thank you so much for coming tonight. We appreciate you being here. This is a really, really special night. And we're excited to share music with you. One of the things that we've been focusing at in school is looking at ways that music tells stories. And so a big part of that for this concert is Sing Me a Story, and we'll get to that in super meaningful ways in a moment. But really all of our music throughout the year, we've been just looking at ways that music can have narrative elements to it. And so our first piece is a tune that literally tells a story through folk song. The interesting thing and the cool thing about these folk songs is that so often we talk about folk songs like they're things that happened somewhere else, except for this one, Pierre LaPlante actually used folk songs that were sung around Wisconsin, which is kind of a cool thing. And so you'll hear folk songs that again have kind of been around in this land for a long time, and that's kind of a cool element to it. Have I stalled long enough, percussion? Awesome. So this is Prairie Songs by Pierre LaPlante. We've had just such an honor and privilege to host multiple composers this week, and I'm sure you've already heard from Jennifer once. You'll hear from her twice more, actually, tonight, as she talks about her composition. And this has been fun to bring this music to life. I don't know exactly what she's going to share, but there's kind of, again, you talk about stories, there's also a story to the music that we're about to play here, too. So rather than hearing me talk about it, Jennifer Jolley.
Yes, hello again. I really like this piece, and one thing I got to tell the students was kind of a backstory to it. So I don't know how many of you in the audience know about the funk singer Lynn Collins. And then they didn't either, and that's fine. We're learning things every day. And then I was like, well, she sang for James Brown, and I was like, how many of you guys know James Brown? So how many of you all know about James Brown? Probably a little bit more, right? Right? Okay. Well, Lynn Collins, she sang with the James Brown band, but also she had her own tune, which I didn't realize you've heard her all the time. And so instead of a dad joke, I'm going to tell you what you've heard. So you know the lick there's like, it takes two to make a thing go right. That one. It takes two to make an outside. Okay, that's her. And it was sampled from her song Think, which has a really cool message of like, think about how you carry yourselves, think about what you do to people. It's just a good message. And so here's the tune, Think About It. You'll hear some riffs. You might hear of those like eighth notes that you've heard from like James Brown and also Lynn Collins, like the dun, 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 dun. So I just want you all to get funky and enjoy this piece. And thanks, y'all. This will be fun.
This is also really fun because I'm not going to conduct it. We've been playing with a student conductor because there's a saxophone part because, it's kind of focused on blues and R&B, so why not? So Stella has been conducting this. So Stella, come on up. Give Stella a round of applause.
Hi, my name is Ann Cedarquist. I'm here from the Bernie Powers Band Foundation. I'm a member of the board. And we're here to present our second Distinguished Service Award this evening to a gentleman named Al Aubie. It's appropriate the percussion section is moving all kinds of stuff in the background right now because Al was a percussionist. He taught with the marching band between 1982 and I think I have my dates right, 1990. Yep, here we go. So he's our second recipient. He is someone who loved music and was a talented percussionist and also a talented teacher. And man, the guy's a life coach too. He was just an amazing person to spend time with and learn from. He marched with the Madison Scouts in 1956 through 1959, and then later became a percussion instructor for the Scouts from 1966 to 1970. When Al and Carolyn had their kids, they had 3 boys, Greg, Scott, and Mike. All of the boys got involved in the Sound at Some Prairie. Al decided he wanted to help out too as a part of that process, so joined our percussion staff and ended up becoming the head percussion instructor from 1982 through 1990. And that spanned all the years that his kids marched, and I believe he had 1 or 2 after that as well. And it was a joy to teach with him and learn from him. I reached out to a couple of, well, they were kids back in the day, but now people who are close to retirement age who had the opportunity to have Al as an instructor. And one person in particular shared stories of his big smiles, which I remember those. They were from one ear to the other. Always happy, but always working very hard to do the right thing and make sure that things are done in a way that honors the goals of the group. He had the ability to be so very, very kind and very motivating, and at the same time really push kids hard to work to the best of their potential. He would dig into minute details. This person describes, and I can see this if I close my eyes, is he's either beating his stomach with sticks or he's using his hands to teach rhythms or phrasing or emphasis, making sure the kids really understood what we were trying, or what he would like them to get across in their musical playing. He welcomed young women to the Battery. This is in a day when there weren't very many girls playing marching snare drum, marching bass drum, crash cymbals, welcomed them, treated them with kindness and open mind, and he pushed the entire line to not only be the best musicians they could possibly be, but the best versions of themselves. And he lived his life trying to be the best version of himself. So again, on behalf of the Burning Powers Board, I just wanted to introduce you tonight to my friend Al and let you know that the Sun Prairie Band Program has heroes and has had heroes for years, people who really care about the kids in this band program and want to help it be the best it can possibly be. So remember that as you guys pursue your music. Keep pushing yourselves like Al pushed kids, and you will be the best version of you. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of the concert.
So our concert band at West has also been working with the organization Sing Me a Story, and we've taken on the really, really cool project of bringing River's story to life through music. And we have some guests here tonight just to talk through kind of what this has meant and how this came to life. This has been a project that not only has included bringing this young lady's story to life, but also providing opportunities for young composers to kind of work on their craft too. So talking about his piece, Ben, can you first talk about what you've done in bringing River's story to life?
It's been awesome. There we go. I think it's working. Okay. It's been awesome to, one, work with all these phenomenal students, but also to try to portray such an amazing life through music, which is something that I haven't gotten to do before. So when I received River's story, it was River had done a lot and has done a lot in her life and a lot of great things. And to try to put that into 5 minutes was really hard. So I tried to look at what River's character and who River is as a person. And River is an amazing person. River has done so much. River has also dealt with, without speaking too much on her behalf, dealt with adversity. So in this piece, you're going to hear a couple things. You're going to hear, without getting too nerdy, some alternating 6/8 3/4 meter, and that's different. And you're going to hear some antiphonal percussion. You're going to hear percussion choir 1 and 2, and some that's also different. And then you're going to hear a fast beginning section, a fast ending section, and a middle section that's slower to represent the adversity in River's life. And the beginning and the end are supposed to represent the amazing, awesome things that River has done. And quoting River and one of the people she's with today, different is awesome. So you'll hear a lot of different things in this piece, and that's what I was trying to go for. So.
Cool. Ben Jaeckel is a high school student, yeah. Ben Jaeckel is a high school student in River Falls, Wisconsin. Next year he'll be pursuing music education, as well as I think you'll hear, I think he's going to be pursuing composition along with that, which is really, really cool. River is an exceptional young lady, and she is here in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, where River was born with a limb difference. And that has created an opportunity for her to really become an advocate for limb different people all across Wisconsin. And one of the really, really meaningful things for me personally through this project is learning that there is a whole network and community of limb different people all around Wisconsin that are supporting each other, that are lifting each other up, that are raising awareness and doing events. And we have just a really, really awesome organization right here in Sun Prairie, started by River and her family. So I want to bring them onto stage as well so that you can meet the amazing child that this music was inspired from. So River, do you want to say something?
Hi.
Anything about the music?
Are you excited to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And who is this here? Jace. Jace, say hi.
Hi.
And then who's behind you?
My mom.
Mom.
Hi.
And then who's this as well?
Ryan.
And what does Ryan always say?
Different is awesome.
Very cool. So we are incredibly honored to bring this music to life tonight. River has heard this music before, but now we get to share it publicly for the first time. And so it only seems fitting that we, I mean, this music has always been in tribute to River, but especially right now and especially tonight. So we hope you enjoy Limbitless.
I just want to say thank you. We have an entourage of limb-different people here with us tonight, and some actually in the band as well. And everyone has a difference, and it's just sometimes finding community, people like you, that just makes the difference. And that's what River Story is truly all about. So thank you guys for doing this. This is awesome.
River, I know you're out there. Where are you? Oh, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for River, too. Thank you very much. This has been incredibly meaningful for us, and we are excited to be able to bring this music to life. River, family, and friends, we hope that we spark some joy for you, and this has been super cool for us to bring this together.
Who turned it off? I'm gonna blame McVeigh just because. All right. Who here has heard a John Philip Sousa march? Yeah, you like me. You could even just say me out loud. There you go. This march is not like John Philip Sousa. All right. So Dr. Jolley is going to give us a heads up on some of the things. So if you're thinking Stars and Stripes forever, maybe not stars, but I think there's some forever, maybe.
Hi again. So this piece was just very interesting, and I'm glad I got to share it with the students on stage. We had some conversations about like certain types of music and what they do for us, and I will have to admit, I love marches so much. I have some people, some friends are like, oh, John Philip Sousa, I hear his marches all the time. I actually can't get enough of them. I mean, I don't know all of his marches, but like one of my favorites is he wrote a piece for New Mexico, and it involves sleigh bells, which I thought was really cool. Anyways, I get really giddy when I hear march because to me, marches can be very celebratory. Usually they mean parades. I'm originally from LA, so I grew up with the Rose Parade, and that's just a big happy time for me. But then there are also other type of marches that could probably be used for like propaganda or like not so good means, but it's complicated, right? I personally find them very complicated. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. But in my research of the march and also of Asian music, as a side note, my mom is Korean. She actually, she immigrated from Korea in the late 70s, and actually she was a child when the Korean War broke out. So there's kind of this complicated history there. And I was always wondering why my mom forced me to play piano and practice it every day, and I couldn't play with my friends. Joking, I actually really do like playing the piano. Wasn't great at practicing it, but I noticed that a whole bunch of my Asian friends would learn an instrument. And so I was teaching a class, a post-1985 class, and it was curious, how did Western music go to China, go to Japan, go to Korea? In Korea specifically, there are two ways that Western music came to that country. One was through Protestant missionaries, and the other was through military bands. And it turns out the Koreans also really loved their marches, and they would have marches performed every week in their square. And I just found this fascinating because I realized if it weren't for band, I would not be here today. So I think about my time when I was actually in band. In middle school, I played middle school flute. I played a year of marching band in high school. And that to me was kind of like my formative history of like, this is the reason, both being an American, but also being of Korean descent, of like why I'm into music. So this piece is kind of a mix of all these emotions of like my musical history, and my mom's history, and kind of the history of marches kind of all rolled into one. So I just want to take the time and say that I had the best time this week at Sun Prairie. I'm so thankful I got to spend time with all of your kids, and we had some meaningful moments together, including a fire drill yesterday. We survived it, but you guys have been amazing. You guys have an amazing program. I get to share a program with like two other composers, like Ben and Embree. I'm just so deeply thankful. So thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoy March. Thank you.